One of the annual events that people look forward to here in New Jersey is the State Fair Meadowlands. It's coming to New Jersey June 20th through July 7th. And with me this morning is Alissa Villalba-Hasson. She is the events coordinator for State Fair Group. Alissa, good morning and welcome to WDHA.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me, Jim.
I am really excited about the fair this year. And I saw a statistic a little earlier this morning. About 185,000 Zeppelis are consumed annually at the state fair. Wow. How do you
Yeah.
plan for something like that?
Honestly, it takes a lot of planning. We start planning at least a year and a half in advance every year. So once this fair is over, we will start planning for the next one. But we start planning as early as we can, lining up all of our food and game and ride vendors. That way it's all perfectly in place for everybody in June.
So when you plan that far ahead, I have to think that with 2026 being the 40th anniversary, if I do my math correctly, are you already getting things going for the 40th anniversary?
We've started discussing a little bit. Yeah.
What are your favorite aspects of the state fair?
So my favorite aspects definitely I'm kind of torn between the games and the food. I always love playing the carnival games. I always love winning prizes and everything, but I also love filling up on the funnel cake, the caramel apples. And we have a lot of new food vendors this year. So we have a lot of new options. We have some new Mexican options this year. We also have a hibachi vendor. So we're throwing in some hibachi this year at the fair. And then we also have Wetzel's Pretzels. If anybody knows them in the mall,
Oh,
then
yeah.
they're gonna be there as well. And then we can't forget our sweet treats. We have a brand new donut vendor. We have our big giant candy tent that you fill up the bag with the weight and you get, you pay the weight at the end of it. It's phenomenal. It's one of our best attractions that we have that people go through.
I mentioned you're coming up on the 40th anniversary. When the state fair started back in 1986, I think it was less than a week that it took. What led to it becoming so big now that it's taking all this time?
Honestly, so our owner, Al Dorso, he's the one that just always has a new vision every year for the fair. And when he approaches us with a new vision, we, bunker down and we get ready and get going. But over time, we've just made a lot of really great relationships and a lot of really great connections with a bunch of vendors across the country. We have vendors that come from California, some from Florida. So we have vendors from all over the country. And it's a really great connection and networking.
When you bring somebody in from California, how long does it take them to adjust to Jersey?
Typically takes them about a day or two.
So, Alyssa, I know you have fireworks coming in, not just one, but 2 days of the event. Tell our listeners about that.
Yeah, so we have fireworks this year on the 3rd and the 4th of July. So the fireworks typically take place around between 10 and 11 p.m. in the evening. You can view it from any part of the fairgrounds. So if you're sitting up on top of the Ferris wheel and you want to get a nice shot of the fireworks, there's your chance to do it. We have so many options, so many variety, and the Garden State Fireworks organization, they put on a great show every year. So we love working
Absolutely.
with them.
So, for people who may be coming for the first time to the State Fair Meadowlands this year, what are three things? Obviously, the fireworks are one of them, but what are three other things that they absolutely have to do while they're there?
Of course. So the first thing is definitely check out all of our entertainment. We have some new acts this year. We have a Michael Jackson tribute show to honor his 15th anniversary of his death. We also have a local New Jersey singer-songwriter, Gina Royale, who will also be performing for a weekend. And then we also have a Brazilian dance group. So definitely the entertainment is the first one you definitely got to check out. The food, obviously the food. You can't go to the fair without food. I mean, that's just like, going to the mall without shopping. um, and then on top of that, just the rides and the games, be sure to check out some of the cool prizes you can win and some of the amazing rides that we offer.
And all of the information, by the way, online at njfair.com. Before you and I came on the air, we got talking about dogs, and I mentioned that I have two at home, and you said that you have five. You're involved in
Yes.
rescue. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I have five dogs at home. My oldest one, his name is Dozer, and our youngest one is named Winnie. So our dogs, we have a variety of mixes. We have one full pit bull, then we have another Ridgeback pit bull mix. a pit bull beagle mix, and then we also have our two little fluff balls, as I call them, that they're just mixed with a million and one different breeds.
What is the pit beagle mix like? I've never seen that.
So she's very energetic. She definitely has the beagle like energy, but she has the pit bull like body type. So
Hmm.
she's a little intimidating to some people, but she's the sweetest dog we ever had.
We do a lot of stuff. We have a program here at the radio station called Rock and Rough, and Terry Carr, our program director and midday host, does a lot with dog adoptions and pet adoptions in
Oh,
general.
that's
So
awesome.
invariably, we'll have pit bulls come by, and they are the most fun dogs to have in the radio station. The mood just changes completely when they're there.
Yeah, they're phenomenal. They're so great. And they're good dogs. And if you train them right, you'll have a good dog on your hands.
Yeah, that's absolutely the key. No question about it. In fact, the smaller of our two has a little bit, I think she's got about 25% pit in her. And I just
Okay.
love the little, not aggression, but just she's got a little toughness about her. She's fun to play with, and she's a little pistol running around the backyard.
Yep, that's how they are.
So once again, for WDHA and WMTR listeners who want to learn more about State Fair Meadowlands, you can go online to njfair.com. June 20th through July 7th with fireworks, both July 3rd and July 4th. Alissa Villalba-Hasson, the events coordinator for the State Fair Group, thank you for your time this morning, and best of luck with this year's event. I can't wait.
Thank you so much, and I hope to see you there.